All right, I am here at Nightmare Weekend 2024 in Richmond with William Katt, who you might know from The Greatest American Hero or Carrie or any number of things. So, William, let me ask you this first. As a Richmond native myself, how has Richmond treated you? What have these last few days been like for you?
Everybody's treated me really, really well, except you.
Guilty. No, it's great to see you here, and I have to ask first, being on the circuit and everything and seeing, the legacy that, your work has had, what does it mean to you when people come up and you talk about, any number of your works and films, roles, anything like that?
The fans, by and large, are just terrific. It's a mystery to me why someone would think of me and want to come up and talk so many years later after some of the things I did decades ago. But there's a great deal of reverence for those films that I was lucky enough to get involved with. Carrie or House or The Greatest American Hero, and many others besides that.
Well, I have to ask about Carrie. My buddy Ryan, who I got something signed from you yesterday, he wanted to ask, and I was wondering too, what was it like working with such an iconic director like Brian De Palma and being a part of the first Stephen King adaptation?
Well, first and foremost, I was 24 at the time. I was happy to have a job, and then the fact that the script was so good, and I got to hang out on set with other young guys and pretty girls at the time. And make a living. Nothing better. Brian De Palma, at the time, he had done a few things. Hi Mom, Get to Know Your Robert. He'd worked with Tommy Smothers and Bobby De Niro. When Bobby De Niro was doing comedy. This is before the films that he became so recognized in, the Godfather films. But it was touted around Hollywood that this was going to be a breakout film for De Palma, and it turned out to be a seminal film for him and changed his career. Well, changed all of our careers.
I was going to say, your experience, on it and after, what was that? Being a part of, it's endured for nearly 50 years. It's being played, I think, tonight at one of our local theaters. What is being a part of that legacy like?
Astounding that it's had the legs that it's had. It's like being involved in a Hitchcock film. It's pretty amazing.
Well, being on the convention circuit and everything, what is that like for you? Do you have any favorite moments? Yeah,
4 or 5 of these things a year. I really like it. I love getting out and meeting all the fans who are just lovely. And I love seeing my friends. It's kind of like it's very much like a vaudeville troupe.
Yeah.
You see the same people at different locations, and I'm very happy to see friends. Sometimes it's the only time I have a chance to visit with them.
Right. Well, and lastly, do you have any stories from your career that stand out to you or that you always share if someone asks?
No, but I'll remember this.
Well, William, thank you so much for taking the time. I appreciate it.